Hello everybody and welcome to JGod Gaming. Today's video is going to be all about the Bren and giving you the best class setup for this one. And it is a lot similar to that Stinger DLC weapon, but it does have some differences just because of that ammo capacity. So the class setup I'm going to be using for this gameplay is extended mags, reflex sight, and rapid fire, just because since it is a slow rate of fire, it definitely needs that rapid fire. So at this point, we'll transition to the actual gameplay. If you're new to the channel, this is where I typically like to break down my own gameplay, give you kind of thoughts on how you should utilize this weapon. Because obviously, based off its strengths and weaknesses, you do want to adjust your playstyle. Because this is definitely not the Lewis or an MG15 where you can actually be a little bit more mobile. This one is a much slower paced weapon, so you do have to slow it down quite a bit. If at any point you do enjoy the video, remember to hit that like button. I do have a goal of 300 likes, so if we get there as quick as possible, I'd really appreciate that. Also, like I said, if you are new to the channel, typically I like to cover best class setups like this one. I do subscriber breakdowns as well as Call of Duty news and in-game updates, as well as any other kind of tips that are out there. I let you guys know. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on. So right here you can see what I'm doing is I kind of posted up in this window, and the strength of this weapon is to hit shots at a distance, because if you miss any shots, it definitely impacts your time to kill, and you want the time to kill to be as fast as possible, especially since you got to land those 2 shots. So right here you can see I'm running Expeditionary, not necessarily for the ammo, but mainly for those S mines. Because you can't be very mobile, you're going to want something to cover your back. So you can see how I utilize the S mines. Pretty much the weakness of this weapon is that you are not very mobile. So you do have to post up. Objective game modes like domination are good because you can actually post up in this window, kind of guard B, and make sure just the spawns don't flip by pushing too far forward. The same goes for pretty much all the other modes as well, but this one allows you to kind of lock down this area of the map, not push too far forward. You can use your streaks for that. So if you're going to run streaks like the ones I have going on here, these ones are good ones because it'll protect you from actually getting hit by that bombing run, because those bombing runs will pass and will kill you. So when you actually position yourself in the window, you're going to want to make sure you time your reload really well. You're going to see I don't actually have a really good reload timing here. There's not really teammates pushing up. We are kind of getting pushed back. Normally I'd be sitting on the other side of the map just a little bit further and kind of almost protecting from the spawn. And right here I'm just letting the teammate get killed. I'm making sure I can reload, and then I'm kind of repositioning. Because I know I have my S-mines there, I know I can reposition, get to a different angle, and then just kind of watch a different line of sight. So based off where my teammates are, I know there's one teammate right here in front of me. I know there's a couple of my S-mines, and then there's a guy coming around the other side. As soon as he pops out, I pick him off. So pretty easy kill there. And then now I know that I got teammates pushing forward. It allows me to get back into this window and kind of control that middle of the map. So it doesn't really allow anyone to come through. The problem, like I said with this one, since the rate of fire is so slow, if you miss any shots, you put yourself in a pretty bad situation. Not necessarily on your ammo capacity, but just because that allows people to close the distance and get kills on you. Since the time to kill for most other weapons is a little bit faster, especially when you're missing those shots. So right here, I'm just kind of paying attention to this right sight line. I do see teammates on that side, so that's why I continue to peek left and right. And it looks like there's a huge hole behind me because no teammates are pushing that way. But I do still have that S-mine. You can see the guy running through mid. I'm just kind of peeking and seeing kind of what's going on here. It looks like they're going to push through mid, and they end up throwing a nade in there. So I got to back up. Since I'm running Expeditionary and not armored, I do have to reposition. And right here, we kind of end up in a kind of a bad spot just because they're pushing a little bit more aggressively than my team. So I kind of back up. The guy does throw the ball at me, and then I end up getting my paratroopers. And I'm kind of debating, should I call him in right away? And I call him right in right away because we need that map control to push the ball forward. Right now, the score is still 0-0. So we're at a huge advantage with these paratroopers coming in, as long as they can get some kills. For whatever reason, the paratrooper is glitched on this side of the map. It happened like 3 maps in a row. On Flak Tower, if you call him paratrooper somehow, if you call it on that side, the guy just hangs there. So there's certain maps that does it, like Texas. You don't actually get all your paratroopers, so they feel really weak. But there I land 1 shot, teammate finishes the guy off. And now I have teammates pushing up on the left, a little bit on the right, 1 guy in mid, and then I help him to clean up that kill. Because he would end up killing us. I think I got 1 hit marker, couldn't really tell because the flashbang, and my teammate kills him. Especially since this is one of the slowest aim down sight weapons in the game, quick draw would be more advantageous if the iron sights don't bother you. So if you need to swap something out, get rid of the reflex sight and put quick draw, because that'll allow you to aim down sight just a little bit faster. You can see I'm positioning farther back, lining up my shot, pre-aiming, because I want to make sure I get those kills, and just kind of plain ball carrier protection. Then I call the ball turret gunner, and it allows me to at least get a little bit of that map control, get our teammates to push forward, kill these guys as they're coming out of spawn, and then just overall control the map. And giving a little bit of shout out to the team, if anyone's listening type thing, this is the perfect time to do that. You can see the firebombing or the bombing runs going through, the ball turrets going through. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the video so far. If you are, remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure you got those notifications on. we're going to go ahead and transition probably to halftime really soon, because before I called the ball turret gunner in, I was on like a, there was only like a minute left. So this allowed us to push the ball forward. And you can see my teammates are getting really close to scoring the objective. And you'll see how many times we actually scored. It looks like they did score right there based off the ball actually getting thrown in. So even though we're not up by like 10, 20, 30 or whatever, that was enough for us to get the score. And that's just me holding down the back of my spawn. You're going to see there is another guy on the other team who decides to switch it up. And he switches up the class because this entire round you didn't see anyone with a shotgun. They come in and they start using a shotgun. They jump through the window and end up killing me. You're going to see how that ends up playing out. So immediately off spawn, I'm thinking, man, I only need 9 more kills and I'll be able to get that V2 rocket. So right here, I go ahead and put my S-mine little trap to protect my back. I put him a little bit further out. So even if someone has flanker, I'll be able to position. My teammate is in the window, so I'm debating on should I go through there. It looks like a bad spot because they're just wall banging with an LMG. So I peek out right here, seeing if I can get any of those headshots off of them. And then I see another guy, I reposition, and I can go back to the window. And that's really what you have to do with the weapon like this. Find an ideal sight line, and there are different maps, so you gotta pay attention to which maps you can use this on. Flak Tower is probably not the most ideal for this weapon, but you can see kind of how I'm holding down the lane. This guy immediately gets insta melted. He jumps through the window with the shotgun, requisitions, using that in gridiron, which makes no sense, but he comes through and kills me. So I decided I'd play a little bit more aggressively. I wasn't gonna go for a V2 now. I decided I'm gonna push through into their spawn and just start destroying them. So there are times where I do get killed, but you'll see kind of how I'm positioning, how you can play with it, because you can play a little bit more aggressively. I was playing really conservative just to demonstrate that, because you can only play as aggressive as your gun skill. I got easily naded right there. The same guy just throws it through the window. It's a different guy. And that's typically what I like to demonstrate, because I know there's different varying skill levels based off gun skill that actually subscribe to the channel and pay attention and watch the videos and all that type of stuff. So I want to kind of demonstrate different things with different weapons, because there's obviously people that have better gun skill than me, and there's obviously people that have worse gun skill than me, and it's really about playing as smart as possible. You can see right here I'm pushing forward and then I'm repositioning. I know that's not a good gunfight for me unless I have some support, so I do peek it, see if I can get anything there, and then really the strength of this weapon shows off at these ranges, and you're going to see I'm able to destroy some of these guys. But the hit markers, I do miss a few shots, but for the most part you can see I'm pretty much landing it, killing them out of spawn, and then our teammates start to score rather easily. They're able to run it in, get the 10 points, and then just look at this, just defeating on these guys. But I recognize that I'm in a bad situation, so I do back up, make sure I get my S-spine, plan it again so I can have my back covered, and then I reposition knowing that there's going to be guys coming around this outside, and at range I should be fine. The guy ends up getting that first shot, but luckily he misses the other ones because I end up landing both of mine. Makes it really easy. So pretty much you can see kind of where I'm positioned. My teammates are in mid, so if you're going to play a little bit more aggressively, you still want those long sight lines. Luckily they're not coming up this right side, they're actually staying a little bit further back, but that's why you can see that I'm keeping a little bit further back, so I can actually backpedal and get a little triple kill right there. But I'm really playing a lot more aggressively just because I know that that's the only way I'm gonna get a V2 if I actually play aggressively. But at the end of the day, I'm really positioned in a smart way and paying close attention to where my teammates are, because if the teammates are too far on the side that's in front of me or the back of the spawn, like you see this guy keeps going in, it actually influences the spawn to make people come out of this area. And that's where I gotta kind of be careful, because they will spawn inside the building that I'm standing right next to, and they will walk right out and they'll end up shooting me in the back. So that teammate's not being a good teammate. He's not allowing them to see. You can see the guy ends up killing me, like the example I just gave you. The guy literally runs through because my teammate's in the back of the spawn. The guy is influencing the spawn so that the guy ends up spawning closer and probably near that building. So right there, it's just a bad timing, bad situation. But overall, I mean, I was playing that as smart as possible, still allowing us to push the objective. You can see our teammates are about to score again. It's just really a matter of getting that map control. Again, we're playing aggressively. Teammate has the ball turret gunner, pushing deep into the spawn, and knowing that I have backup in the air, as well as knowing exactly where enemies are and teammates are, you kind of really position. I have a feeling that the teammates are pushed a little too deep, so I decided to back up a little bit. You'll see right here, and then reposition, knowing that there'll be probably guys coming out of here. And right there, it looks like the whole enemy team left. So that's pretty much it for the gameplay. If you guys did enjoy the video anyway, remember to hit that like button. Hopefully we can get to 300 likes. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure you have those notifications on so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you guys for watching. As always, have a great day.